What's going on, everyone? Connor here from Gear Reviews, bringing you another video. Today we're looking at the Patagonia Black Hole 25 liter again. This time we're going to do the first of two packing tests. So this is sort of the adventure packing test. It's some things you might find in your bags if you're going on a day trip or overnight or weekend trip. Just a couple staples that you might bring along with you, seeing how it fits inside the bag and whether or not everything on this table can make the cut or not. So let's get to it. All right, so on this side over here, we have the Patagonia Better Sweater, and then we have here the North Face Resolve 2 rain jacket. That is a really popular one. Then this right here is just a small medical kit. It's got the staple things you might need depending on what you're doing and just for those short trips. Then we also have a flashlight, because you should always have a flashlight, a pocket knife, sunglasses just in case you're driving somewhere, a trail map depending on if you're actually going out to the trails, and then also our handy action camera. So just over here, I wanted to include something to put in the two side mesh pockets. So I have my standard 1 liter Nalgene water bottle, and then the Yeti tumbler that we looked at a little while ago, just to really give it that feel that you're loading the bag full, because a lot of the time side mesh pockets do get pushed out when the bag's loaded too much, and your water bottles and such don't fit in as well. So let's start filling this bag up and see how well it does. Alright, so a really helpful feature on here that I mentioned before is that sort of half clamshell opening. It's going to really allow you to pack the bag a little easier and just sort of put everything inside of it, and also get a good look at where you're putting it and things like that. So probably one of the first things I'd start with, the action camera. It is a bit heavier, so I'd probably stuff it right down at the bottom there. Then after that, I'd probably put the sweater, because it's not a huge deal if I can't get to it quickly and it's trapped at the bottom. So there we go. We've got the sweater sort of half on top of the action camera down there. Alright, so after we have the sweater in that, I thought I would utilize the organizational capabilities. So I'm just going to put this notebook in here. Just, you never know. Sometimes you bring notebooks on your adventures, depending on what you're doing. And then also I'm going to put my laptop in here. Again, it's just going to help us simulate that sort of realness to it. It also, as you can tell, makes it a much more packed look and feel. So there you go. We got both of those in there and all of that. And you still have this whole top part up here. So what I think we'll do is in here, so in this top part up here, I'm just going to put the knife. It's just going to allow for simplicity. Maybe you need it quickly. It's right there. You're going to be able to get it. Alright, so we've got the knife right up top there, and then right in this area right here, I would just put my shell, or in this case my rain jacket. It's just going to allow you to really access it quickly, and if you get caught in the rain or if it starts to snow and you're not wearing a protective shell, then it's right there at the top. You're good to go, and you can grab it pretty easily. So then if we go up here in this top compartment here, I would just put sunglasses there. It's kind of the spot to be in, right? Sort of perfectly made for it. And right here on the front compartment, still, as you can see, if you remember me mentioning, it doesn't really impede this pocket when this main compartment's full, which is really great. It's just a simple design that Patagonia have gone with. Gives that bit of elevation, gives you that about a hand width of space. So just with that, we're gonna stuff in our trail map and our flashlight, because those should always be sort of readily accessible, and they can just snug right in there, get all zipped up tight. And then I've actually forgotten to put the small med kit in, so I'll open this back up, probably take out the raincoat, put the med kit right in here with the knife, just because then they're both together. Usually they can go hand in hand. Zip it right back up, so as you can see, still got some space in there, but once we put this rain jacket / shell back in, it's gonna zip up nice and snug. So there you go, there's all of that loaded in there. It looks kind of bulky, but it also looks like you've filled out the bag itself. So then we'll put Nalgene on this side. It's a little tough to get in there. As I mentioned, these haven't been used, so they aren't stretched out yet. And then we'll put the Yeti on this side, which is a little tougher. All right, so there you go. You got the fully loaded Patagonia 25-liter bag, all ready for your sort of day trip out, or even an overnight trip packed full. Fits it all rather nicely, and you still got a bit of space in there depending on if you need to throw anything extra in. That's pretty great that it can fit it all. And now let's take a look, just changing a couple things to see how it fits sort of a weekend trip set of gear. All right, so I've left the MacBook and the notebook in here just to keep it simple. You're probably still gonna have those on a weekend trip, but what I'm gonna change up is I've loaded a packing cube just full of some odds and ends, some things you might have on a ski trip or a weekend trip, you know, change of clothes, different socks, some warmer clothes, things like that. Just the stuff you would usually bring, and I just wanna put it in here just to show you. It fits it pretty handily. This is a medium or large one, I believe, from Amazon. It is quite a big pack for just a weekend trip, so probably more than I would bring, but you can see it just fits in there pretty easily. It slides right in and out, and again, that clamshell opening makes it pretty easy. All right, so I just put a couple other things in here probably, because that's got, you know, my clothes and everything, so I don't need the sweater anymore, but I'd still want, you know, my knife and medical kit, so I'd put that in here. So that right in that top compartment again, and zip that up so it's all snug and away. Definitely still bring my sunglasses, because probably driving somewhere if it's a weekend trip, that can fit in there. That pocket's actually huge. You can fit a lot in there if you need to. And then also I'd bring my shell or rain jacket just to make it, you know, simple. Again, right at the top. And then I just zip this right up. And if we switch to here, again, just gonna put my map and flashlight in there. Some pretty standard items depending on where you're going. Map first so I don't crinkle it. So yeah, there you go, map and flashlight in there. Zip that all up, and then we'll put our two bottles in here. So we load this one here. So it fits in actually easier this time. And on this side, fits in pretty well. All right, so that was the adventure packing test on the Patagonia Black Hole 25-liter. It did about as well as I expected. I didn't think it would have any issues just because of the sheer size of that main compartment, and then you know, the simple pockets on the side and up top. You know, I'm really glad that this front compartment here did work the way I thought it would, just because of that sort of like up packing method, that it's not imposing on that main compartment. So I'm really happy about that, and we'll give it the everyday packing test next just to see how it goes, and then after that we'll give it the waterfall test. You know, really put it through the ringer, make sure that it can support and do what you need it to do. Look out for those videos, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.